Okay everyone, here we have my Trangia triangle setup, the one that I was using for going with the motorcycle. It's basically in a pouch. These are lovely, but obviously not for backpacking. It's the large mess tin, which I've never used for cooking, as I've always used it just to keep the rest of the gear in. Folds over like that, and a cloth and an Uko long-handled fork and spoon, which can also be used as a knife and fork, or just fork or knife. The knife is plastic, but it will cut. And it fits in very nicely into the system. It did come originally with a little elastic thing to hold it together. I don't need that. It's a mess tin. These fit quite well onto the triangle. This is the small one, and this is the little bag that it comes with. Bought all these separate, but it's very handy. Everything fits in there, so I can leave one part at home. I can just take this with this inside, and I have in the top pocket a little brass sparker and some flints. I would also be carrying a lighter as well, which I can fit in there. The triangle in the bottom, as you can see, it's a perfect fit. And in the bag, I have my burner, and two support rings. There's my triangle set up. This is the burner support, which I always have trouble getting in, especially with a damaged hand. I'll just put it upside down, it's always easier that way. And just give it a twist until it connects. Snapped in, perfect. If I want to, I can use the other ring slotted over here for smaller pots, mugs to fit on there. When I'm using this, I don't need it. It's big enough to go onto the rings, and the other one is even bigger, so they both fit. The alcohol burner has a aftermarket simmer ring. They don't lock in place on the top, but they fit fine. And that's my burner. Using this, I find it easier to set up as a simmer ring. Of course, you can't completely open the simmer ring in the triangle. There just isn't enough room. If I'm using this as a pot stand, I can snuff it out quite easily. I can put the simmer ring in to about half, as you can see. Okay. I usually use Trangia fuel bottles just because they are so easy to fill. I'll just put a little bit in here just so that you can see how it is. No, it's not lit. It's lit. Sometimes you can't see the flame, so it's always a good idea just to put your hand over as soon as you light it to see if it's gone. Now, there we have it. Sitting in there, it's just a little bit of alcohol, and it's bloomed very quickly. The bloom is when it starts coming through the jets rather than just through the well. In blustery conditions, I would use another windshield round that. I have foil windscreens that I would use. If I wanted to simmer it, there we go, simmering back to full. And then to snuff it out, as with always with Trangias, do not use the lid, as you will melt the rubber into the burner jets. Always use the simmer ring, and that's it out. Never refuel your burner while it's still warm. It can cause spontaneous combustion and boomf. I've never seen it myself, but I have seen people knock these over and alcohol, burning alcohol, go across the floor. It's especially lethal if you're cooking in the vestibule of your tent. Always be careful. This and the storm cooker is quite stable, but a kick of the foot or whatever in a confined area could cause accidents. So that's with the alcohol burner. I also have a gel burner, which is just a little can that fits inside. They're rather overpriced, I think, and I don't really rate gel as a fuel. And I also have the Storm gas burner, which I'll show you fitted in here in a minute. It is a bit of a faff to get in compared to the alcohol burner, just because of the amount of space and the fact that there's a gas hose as well. You have to get it in exactly the right position for it to sit level, which is one of the downsides of it, but it turns it into a nice little gas burner. As you can see, I've also managed to fit in the new Storm gas insert. If this isn't completely over to the left, it tips over. You have to make sure that this is twisted round until the gas pipe is round about there. Even then it has a little kink in it. For this new gas cooker, this part isn't big enough. It really needs cut in a bit more. But turning it will get it. And I'll just see how it works. And there we have it. A remote gas cooker for the Trangia. I can't really have it any further away due to the flex of the hose, so it's going to be quite close there. Let's see. Yeah, I can get it a bit further away. That's fine. The gas burner will not fit inside the mess tin. I like using the mess tins for my triangle just because everything fits into this little bag here, which then fits into the small mess tin. The only trouble with the mess tins is that they do not have a locking mechanism here. Turning them over, if you're not careful, will do it, but just for liquids, etc., that's fine. Pouring it in, I use it for making hot water for my coffee, and it's fine. I have no problems with that. So that's the Trangia triangle with spirit burner and with the gas burner, and how I usually carry it. If I was taking it just backpacking, I can just carry it in this case here and take a different pot and use it with that, or with one of my Trangia pots or the Trangia kettle. I also have the Trangia teapot, which is a small pot that will fit on this perfectly without any pot holders or anything. It's just fits on there. It's part of the Trangia Micro. I also have the Trangia Mini pot that will also fit on this perfectly as well. It's quite a heavy solution if you're just looking for gas, and it's fine and nice and compact if you are moto camping or whatever, and with the alcohol it's perfect. It's a lovely little setup, the triangle, and I like it. So any questions, just feel free to ask below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, subscribe. I try hard to answer everybody's comments, so feel free, fire away, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.